Bula and welcome from Fiji. The around 300 Fiji islands are in the heart of the South Pacific. Small islands like the Fiji Islands are among the first and most affected by the climate peril. Fiji's future depends on countering the impact of climate change. So it's here in Fiji the right place for the pre-conference of the UN Climate Change Conference 2017 in Bonn. Fiji calls for action on climate. During the pre-COP23 conference here in Fiji, I had the opportunity to speak with Ms. Patricia Espinosa, Executive Secretary of the UNFCCC, about the COP23 in Bonn and about other projects of the UNFCCC in the future.
It's a pleasure for me to meet you here in Fiji.
Thank you for the opportunity.
For the pre-COP 23. And already in November 2017, it's just a few weeks now, there will be the global UN conference for climate change. This means the COP23. And maybe it's possible to talk a little bit about the status quo, what's going on. Do you think it's good in time for this progress there, for the conference, or what is your impression?
Well, I think we are making very good progress and preparing ourselves in a very good manner to receiving in Bonn for the first time between 20 and 25,000 people. That's a very, very, very big event. We have been working very closely together with the German government, with the federal government, and also with the city of Bonn. And so we are preparing ourselves very, very well. The Secretariat, of course, has a lot of experience in preparing for the conferences, because this is one of the treaties that requests the parties to meet once a year. So it has, over the time, become the biggest UN conference that takes place every year.
Oh, really?
So we are doing good progress. That's for the preparations in terms of logistics and all the physical spaces. But then, of course, we need also to take into account the results that we are expecting to have in the substantive discussions. And for that, this pre-COP meeting here in Fiji is very, very important.
Okay. So there are no problems at the moment, so it's going on very well. This is what I understand from your comments here.
Yes, I mean, it's about the negotiations. Of course, there are a lot of issues that still need to be sorted out, but we are making good progress.
Is it helpful for you to have this pre-COP here in Fiji, the pre-COP 23, for preparations or something like this?
Definitely, it's very important, and it has become a tradition for preparing to the conferences, to the annual conference, to have an informal meeting, which is actually the character of this meeting here in Fiji. It's informal. It's a meeting that is meant to provide a space for delegations to exchange views among each other, to have the first exchanges on specific issues that will be addressed during the conference. So it's a very, very important moment in this case, because we had the entry into force of the Paris Agreement in November last year. So it means actually that we have only less than a year since then. So there's a lot of conversations that still need to take place so that we are able to deliver on the objectives of the Paris Agreement and to make common understandings on how countries will be working towards its implementation.
In addition, there are the partnership days, in addition to this pre-COP. Is it helpful to have both meetings here at the same, during the same time?
Yes, it's also very important, because precisely as we are going into the implementation phase of the Paris Agreement, we need the involvement of all of society. We need the involvement of local governments, subnational authorities in general, and we need also the involvement of the private sector, of civil society. So this is also very, very important. And I think here in the Pacific, it's also a very important component in order to really make progress towards the implementation of the Paris Agreement.
I have just another question also, and it depends to your agreement what you had in Bonn with the United Nations University. You started there in May 2017, a new fellowship program, and yeah, I think it's a good example for new sustainable development goals, because universities, this means quality education, that's the SDG 4, and then your topic is climate action, that means sustainable SDG number 13. And I like this approach, what you are doing there. And I think it's very interesting to give this kind of example. Yeah, what do you think? What is your opinion about this? You signed it. I remember this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's a very exciting project, a very exciting initiative, I would say, because it gives us the opportunity to make a contribution towards building capacity for developing countries. It gives young people from developing countries the opportunity to come to Bonn and to gain experience and knowledge about how to deal with these sustainability issues. You know, sustainability, you talk about sustainability, something so broad,
Exactly.
and how to address it really, to make it a reality in the everyday life of government, of society, is another issue. So this is the intention of this partnership with the UN University, and to provide specifically more opportunities for people from developing countries. And I'm also very excited that we are giving in that regard a special attention to the participation of women, young women from developing countries is very important.
Yeah, sure.
So they have the opportunity to gain knowledge and then also to have some experience with us within the Secretariat, and then hopefully go back to their communities and allow them to benefit from all those experiences that they gain there.
I'm also from the Bonn region, so I have a little bit knowledge about this region, what's going on. And meanwhile in Bonn there are around 20 UN organizations, and your organization is the biggest one in Bonn. And so I think there are many new activities also with this program and cooperation, what you are doing there with the United Nations University. And yeah, if I see the development of the region of Bonn, yeah, sometimes I ask myself, maybe it makes sense to become it a little bit more visible, the sustainability work in Bonn region. And there is always, all these UN organizations, they are linked with sustainability. Yeah?
That's correct,
Yeah.
yes.
And what do you think about a new name to find Bonn with these sustainability issues on the global map? So I think it could make sense to find a new name like Bonn Green Valley or something like this. What do you think about this?
Well, you know, already Bonn is known as a UN sustainability hub, and this is what one of the initiatives that we have been supporting, so that it is well known that Bonn is a hub for action in the United Nations system on sustainability. So I think that's already a very important step. Regarding the region as a whole, well, I think that this is something that is more to the population in the region and the local governments. But of course, we are very happy to be there. We feel very much supported, and we are also very eager to contribute and to integrate as much as possible our work into the daily life of the citizens there, which are very friendly and very welcoming to all of us.
Yeah, this is what I heard also from your employees there from the UN organizations. They like to live there meanwhile. If they are 2 or 3 years in this city. First, it's a small city, but after 2 or 3 years, many of them say, "Oh, it's not too bad. I enjoy to be here." You know?
Yes, yes, it's a very, very beautiful area, as you know, and then it's also very well located. So I think it can only grow into the future.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
To speak with you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.